Good night, Mommy.
Stop saying that! I'm not your mother!
That evening, I noticed that my son had been circumcised. So I rushed to take him to get his height measured. My son was 10 centimeters shorter than he had been 6 months ago. I suddenly realized that this boy was not my son at all. I hurried to tell the police captain about this strange incident, but the captain insisted that the boy was my son who had gone missing 6 months ago. He even brought in an expert to convince me to accept this fact.
Given the stress of the past 5 months, his spine may have actually shrunk. Uncommon, but it's within the realm of possibility.
A circumcision?
Very likely his abductor thought it appropriate. After all, circumcision is hygienically sound.
But I always trusted my instincts.
I know whether or not he's my son. I'm the mother.
In order to find objective evidence, I took my son to see his former dentist. The doctor quickly found that the boy's front teeth were perfectly normal, but my son had a large gap between his front teeth. So I asked the doctor to provide me with a written statement. Then I took the boy to school. Not only did he fail to recognize his teacher and classmates, he could not even find his own seat. I was a supervisor at the local telephone exchange. That weekend, I left my son alone in the rental apartment and went to the office to work overtime. When I came home after working overtime, there was no sign of my son anywhere in the house. I asked every neighbor around, but still had no news of my son whatsoever. I immediately turned to the police for help, but according to regulations, a missing person case could not be filed until 24 hours had passed. It was not until the following afternoon that officers came to take the report. 2 months went by. My son was still nowhere to be found. Until 6 months later, the chief came to me with good news.
He's alive.
It was the best news I had heard in 6 months. When my son appeared before me on the train, I froze for a moment.
What's he gonna?
It's not my son.
But the chief looked completely unconvinced. He was certain that I was just overwhelmed with emotion and seeing things. Soon a swarm of reporters gathered around us. To save face for the police department, the chief asked me to follow the department's arrangements first. The boy was brought home with me just like that. Once I had gathered enough evidence, I used the press to expose the department's failure to act, putting pressure on the police to continue searching for my son. The chief was furious when he heard this. He declared that I was mentally ill and had me sent directly to a psychiatric hospital.